Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. The timer was a bit of a liar today. We are a few minutes behind, but not too bad. The computer, or OBS, really, not computer, let's not blame the laptop, decided it didn't know what Microsoft was. And it was like, we've never done this before, even though we do it every single stream. But I got it functioning, and I have set things up, so we should be good to work on some stuff today. We're gonna try and do some of the terrain map building. This is the stuff that I am very, what's the word I'm looking for? We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna hope it feels like good enough to use. I have cut out like 8x8 size practice foam squares. This stuff is thick. This is the 2-inch kind. We had extra at my house, so I cut some squares out and I'm gonna play with it to see if we can practice and get it to where we, kind of looks cool. We're confident we can use the 1-inch stuff, which is a little smaller. So this is fucking huge. It was way too big. We don't need it this thick. Not for itty bitty baby minis. Like I made sure to keep one of the ones we were painting out so we could be like that's what it looks like. I don't even think the mini is 2 inches tall. Nope. It's not even the full length of the thickness. So obviously we don't need to use foam this thick. But this is what we're practicing with because this is what I have. So we'll play around with it and hopefully we can get the same sort of there are tutorials out there of textures, how to get textures and colors and all that jazz. I have no idea if it's gonna work. We're just gonna mess with it. There's also a concept that I was trying to think about if we want to do multiple tiered stuff where I have toothpicks and things, and we could possibly do, because I can't find my hot glue. I gotta go looking for it. But if we want to be able to make multiple tiers, we could make walls and then have second floor, third floor, but they put themselves in toothpick style, because normally when people build these things they plan on using them for a bunch of stuff, and while I don't necessarily want to throw all mine away, we're making them for this, and if it works, amazing. If it doesn't, sucks. But that's kind of how it goes sometimes. So it doesn't need to last, millions of light years. But I hope everyone's doing well. Alex, enjoy your D&D session. I know you're lurking. Feel free to lurk for as long as you need. Or, continue and stay in your session. But I did see your messages, so I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing today, is we're going to be working on this. I have a few things that I'm just going to Twitch and YouTube, TOS, right off the top. I do have, X-Acto knife and utility knife box cutter jazz. And I've got the smaller version of it, the one with the pushy up thingy, the guard or whatever it is for an X-Acto knife as well. And I've got the artist style of X-Acto knife where it's just a blade. So obviously, for safety purposes, don't do this shit without, safety in place. Make sure you're being good and smart and healthy and all that jazz. Honestly, it's the same sort of, when I was doing resin, it's the same sort of, hey, do your research before you work with resin, because resin can be toxic and you shouldn't do it the way I do it. This is the same thing, except we're going to be using actual, blades. So there's a lot more immediate health risk where you can cut yourself and get big old wounds and have to go to hospitals and stuff. So don't do that. I plan on just shaping. I did, like I said, I cut out the big sort of chunky squares earlier. So I do have a cutting board beneath me. But for the most part, if we do any cutting today, it's planning on being shaping and cutting chunks out, just to get okay, what would we need in order to make a wall? And that's kind of the energy we're going with. But I hope everyone is doing well today and that you had a good weekend. I know that for some folks who might be popping in, it was ZenkaiCon weekend. So I hope everybody had fun at ZenkaiCon. I'm sending you guys, I would send you energy, but you already went. So I hope everything was fun and enjoyable. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to attend and bring our workshop. We just weren't going to be able to justify the time and cost that it would take for us to get down there with the amount of time we'd be able to spend with you guys. So we weren't able to bring the workshop, but maybe in the future we can bring it down to the Lancaster-y, Philadelphia-y area, because y'all know I have a huge place in my heart for Philadelphia. So anywhere near there, I want to go back. So we'll have to see. But definitely let folks know if you missed us, if you want to see more of us. Tell everyone, because the easiest way for us to be a part of things is for y'all to be telling folks that you want us there. But I hope it was fun regardless. I heard a lot of cool things went down. I know some people who got to do the show, like the dancing and the lip sync performances. That shit's so cool. Oh my god, it's cool. I got to watch the video of it. I saw the video go uploaded. That was really, really cool. I heard there were some other really fun events happening. So I hope everything went well. And that's kind of thing. Unfortunately, we're on like the opposite, not the opposite end of the US, because that'd be crazy. That's also a huge distance. But we're kind of far away from y'all for our next con in May, where I don't know when I'm allowed to say I'm going to a convention, but it's nowhere near that end. It's definitely not on the Philly side of things. That's what I'll say. But I'm excited for it, because who knows? Maybe some of y'all will be there. We'll see. Regardless, though, we will get to work on these foam cubes. Now, you can see I sort of did it on this one already, where I have these lines drawn out and, like, just starting to make the big lines of, like, I'm gonna make an inch-by-inch grid. That's usually what you do for D&D, because D&D has, like, feet distance. So it's, like, each square is, like, 5 feet, and then your character can move so far, etc., etc., and then your abilities and stuff can hit so far. Daggerheart that we're gonna play with does not have, like, measured distance. So we don't technically need a grid on our floor, but I'm gonna do it that way because I think it'll be the easiest way to mess with it in, like, practice. Now these are somewhat evenly cut. I'm not the greatest at that kind of thing, and with how thick they are, unless you're using, like, an actual, you know, wire cutter or something, for the most part I would just cut on both sides and then I'd snap them in half, which makes you feel really cool because you feel like you are like the karate people when they break a board with their leg. So much fun. Do it with foam. It's fantastic. So this is what we're gonna mess with. So it's gonna be a little all over the place, and we're not gonna actually use this side for measurements. I'm gonna take new measurements. Just because I was trying to figure out how to do it on this side, and so I want to go back to this side where it's nice and clean, and we're gonna try it over here. And then I've got 8 of these squares. 2 of them are a little small, but I've got 8 of these that we can mess with, so we can try making the walls. We're gonna try making a floor with this. We could try making, like, rocks, different types of things to see if we can figure out how to do it. I do have Mod Podge, which is Mod Podge is how it's actually, like, written. I'm just checking to see if I got full-ass lipstick. Unfortunately, the way this setup is, this light is such a huge shadow. It's annoying, but it is what it is. But I did get Mod Podge. However, technically, folks will tell you to use it because they're like, oh, you don't want it to absorb the paint. But I think we're going to try without it first and see what it looks like. Because I don't know that I'm gonna hate the texture of it absorbing the paint. Now, if we were using something like acidic, like airbrush, then we would have to base coat it, layer it with Mod Podge first, because acids will eat right through it. So airbrush would have eat right through it, but I don't have an airbrush, never used it. So we're gonna use regular paint, and I think we'll be fine. But first, we're gonna draw our lines. So let me bust out my markers. You're also probably gonna see me put so much of this shit in my mouth. I'm so sorry. Like, I should give the safety warning of don't put any of this in your mouth. That's bad. I'm gonna do it though. Do as I say, not as I do, etc., etc. Let me turn on my music. See if that's an okay volume. Usually it's at 6. But it's at 6 at like 70, I think. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. So, let me switch you over. Alright, so you can see my big- look how fucking thick that shit is. I love how alien my hand looks. Every once in a while, I just look at my hand and I go, boy, it really does look like an alien. Sometimes I think even if you put another finger on there, it would still look like an alien's hand. Like that, it's just, like I don't, it just looks like, it doesn't even look like a cartoon. It looks like an alien hand. You know what I mean? And I love that. That's not an insult, by the way. I fucking love this shit. It's just funny to me how like clompy and weird shaped it is. I love it. Every once in a while I see it again and it reminds me. But okay, so we're gonna do, we want to mark our inches. So I want to mark where 1 inch is here, going down. And then I want to mark where 1 inch is, because we're gonna do 1 by 1 squares like a traditional D&D style. I need to mark where 1 inch is here. Take back what it gave me. Which is... there. Okay. So, now I know I need to go down this style of a line. Although I should probably do it on this end too, actually. Let's do that. Apathy. We'll do it this way. In theory, it should work the other way, but like I said, they're not the most evenly cut. Because these are practice squares. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. About right there. And then inch up. Misery. Don't sleep. Oh, you guys can't hear your music. Turn that up. There it is. I love that there's basically 2 things of music playing because... oh! We almost hit that directly on point. Shit! Right there. Cool. But that's really funny because... and yes, I don't have a flat ruler. I'm sorry. I'm using a block of wood. Call me old-fashioned, okay? But that's... I always find it funny now that our new method is like, I'm listening to... you know, like punk copyrighted music, and you guys have non-copyrighted music. So it's just like non-copyrighted background music, but me singing to actual songs. So that, in theory, should be straight. I've never been good with straight lines, but we're gonna do our best here. So, now we gotta do it this way. Nice. See, this is what's so hard is I can't tell. I'm so bad at making straight lines. You guys see how far that looks off? But to me, that looks very straight, and I cannot tell. It's over when it's over. Okay. I'm trying. It's never gonna be perfect, but that's okay. I love this kind of shit, by the way. I do not seem like the girly that would. I love working with, like, wood and crafting and all that shit. The weight of the Holy Ghost. Now, why does that not feel like an inch? That feels skinny. Because it's over one. Did I do the wrong ones? I fully did. God damn it. Can I erase on this? That's not bad. Figured I'd try. Some services let you. It's these two. I see. It's over when it's over. So that's our 1 inch, is the second line. Yeah. Okay. Which means this was our height inch. Okay. Oh boy. This is the stuff that I have so much trouble with, I swear to God. It's like, cutting and all that jazz, fine, but... But see, that... Is that even? Back, my friend. That, see, this looks higher to me. Now I'm gonna have to check. It's over till it's over. So that is our 1 inch outline. So let's mark here. It's over when it's over. Over well, it's over. It is partially because I'm using a thick marker, and I probably shouldn't be. But oh well. And again, they're not technically cut evenly, so... it should be fine. We do it this way. This side worked. I guess it tells that I'm right-handed. And that is why normally we wear ponytails. Alright, try it this time. Yeah, that's much higher, actually. Because that's what, that one and that one? Is that an inch? Yeah, okay. Looks skinny, but we'll run it. Ugh. Suppose I could get bobby pins if I was a smart human. But that's not fun to be smart. Why does it feel high on the left? You know what? I'm starting on the other side. Because it feels so high. Do not make me get a bobby pin, I swear to God. Yeah, see, the left side feels so high. I don't know, man. Yeah, wait, these are not even. See, this is the shit that I have trouble with, is there's no way this shit's even, but we just marked it. Ugh, I'm never gonna be good at this, I swear to God. What the fuck? It's correct over here. Oh, I know what's happening. I get it. Okay, I get it. Brain understands. Okay, brain understands. It's because, remember I said they weren't cut super even. Is this really me about to go get? I don't think this will go behind my ears, but I can check. Let's see. I doubt my hair is long enough. Let's see. Ready? Find out real quick. Alright, we'll see if that works. Or if I have to go get bobby pins. I just don't like putting my hair up. I do not like it. I like committing to the bit when I have long hair, but Damn, if you're gonna do craft work, committing to the bit is not fun. Did I do it the wrong way again? Yeah, it's gotta be the other way. It has to be this way. So they're not even, so the issue is that I flipped the measuring tape. That's what the issue is. I flipped the measuring tape. So we'll make these ones extra long. And then this should be even. Burn, 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 burn. Burn, 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 burn. So we do need to redraw that one. Because that should be the same distance as this now. Yeah, okay. Fun times are fun. Alright, let's see if my hair gets in my face. I need a higher chair. Okay, but now that's going up to the right. You cannot convince me that's even now. What the fuck? What? I hate my life. Alright, we'll make it, I guess. Bro, I swear to God, I cannot win. Yeah, because now that side feels super high. What the f- Because there's no way that's the correct one. I hate fucking swear to God. They might just have to be uneven because of the way they're cut, but I hate this. What the fuck? This makes me so mad. That's how life goes sometimes, I guess. Nothing you can do about it. Burn, burn. Let 'em burn, 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 burn. Alright, we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna leave that one alone because we know that one's fucked up. Now these should be even. Still feels like I'm going up to the right a little bit. Oh, okay, actually, that one's not bad. Okay, alright, alright, alright. I feel more in control. Still think I'm going up a little. Because this one feels like it should be down here. I'll follow the measurement. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not opposed. Not opposed. I'm also like literally using a fucking a dry erase marker, like an expo marker, and I should not be using this, but it's fine. The Sharpie that I had for cutting is like a bronze color, which isn't exactly helpful when you're working with like a pink, because you can't see it. Yeah, these are good. Okay. Without a trace, you didn't bother to explain. All I wanted was an answer, all I needed. Oh, fuck. Give me a reason. There it goes. Yeah, okay, that doesn't look too bad. I'm okay with that. Uh-oh, I just untucked my hair. I can feel it. Hold on. A dialed tone. And then headphone. Alright. Now we gotta make the horizontal ones, right? Yeah. I need a taller chair, that's my shit. That or I should have done this in the kitchen where I was standing. Oh well. You didn't bother to explain. All I wanted was an answer. All I needed was to know. Give me a reason. 'Cause all that I hear is messages you left me. Ah, fuck. Give me a reason. Was this? Did I do this the other way the first time? Because this is looking a little off. No, that would put the 7 very far back. Okay. Messages you left through all those nights I spent alone. Give me a reason. 'Cause all that I hear is a dial tone. Wanted was an answer, all I needed was to know. Give me a reason, a reason. All those messages I left you, all those nights I spent alone. Give me a reason, 'cause all that I hear is a dial tone. So far, my singing has not gotten flagged, thank God. Because I don't think I could function without singing along to songs. Not that I get monetized at all. I don't care if something gets demonetized because I don't get paid. I don't monetize anything. But I do not want copyright strikes. It'll take my whole ass channel down. That shit's dumb. And the monster becomes man. God fucking damn it. I hate this thing. I'm sorry, Mr. I like you, Mr. Tape Measure. You're just being annoying. That's all. It straightens out to the bottom. Like, the inch lines are correct down here. That's where the 7 should be. I knew those were off. It's like I said, I can't seem to make straight lines. So we'll reset it. Watching me. I'm gonna do it this side so I can see the light. Silver bullet in your hand. You can't break my heart like I can. There it is. There we go. You can't break my heart like I can. Line up, so I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got a little bump in him. That's okay. In your hand, but you can't break my heart like like I can. Like I can. Ah, fuck. I do have like a, whatchamacallit? A clamp, but it won't fit with the thickness of this wood. It would if I had a ruler. And also, this is just for drawing lines that, in theory, we're painting over. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. This is practice piece. Changes. Hear my voice. Yeah, and this fuckery. God help us. It's like there? Is that where it is? Yeah, because the line is supposed to be here for this one, that's why. That's this line. Alright. We'll deal with that. Okay, we got a grid. It's a little funky over here, but that's okay. We can function. Stranges. Alright, so this is kind of what we're feeling, and then if I grab a little mini, there's a mini. Okay, and they about fit right there in a square. So it's not too bad. We didn't do too bad with our squares. Okay. Not too bad. It is kind of like a chessboard. Alright, we can vibe with that. So this is kind of the energy we're doing. Now, the thing that they say to do next is like, you're supposed to take a tinfoil sheet and press it into it to make like a pattern. I tried a little bit and it doesn't seem to really pick up any pattern that people are saying is gonna happen, so we can try. But it didn't work for me. Got the tinfoil though. They can give it a shot, but it did not really do that for me. I guess maybe you're supposed to put it in a ball and not like flat or anything, so we'll just... So, hello Bobicus! Welcome, welcome! We're practicing with a foam piece. It's huge, it's 2 inches, way too big. But we're practicing, we're doing a practice thing. I just made a 1x1 inch grid, and I'm trying to see how I make terrain for our show in June. How have you been, Bobicus? How's life up to? Anything fun happened over the weekend? Now we're supposed to be able to take a tinfoil ball and like press it in here to make like a pattern. It's supposed to be like, look like stonework. You guys can't see anything, and that's not camera tricks. There's basically nothing happening here. So like, I don't know what miraculous pattern is supposed to come out of tinfoil, but like, that just looks like I stabbed it. You know what I mean? Like, that just looks like the cat's clawed it. I don't know how that's supposed to look like stone when we paint it. I mean, I guess we'll continue, but like, this does not go in all that much. This is hard, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll work better on the 1-inch foam, but it does not like this 2-inch shit. I've been working on Cozy Cauldrons, my TTRPG. I'm doing a playtest online tomorrow. Oh my god, no way, Bobicus. Wait, that's amazing. Congratulations. Oh, I just tore a piece off. Yo! How many people do you have playtesting it? Are you guys like, are you DMing? Is it gonna be an hour long? Like, tell me about it. I want to hear everything. I want to hear all of it. trying to like spread this out. Maybe it's not supposed to be so tight. I don't know. Let's try a different piece. Maybe we should do it the way I thought originally and like not do a ball but cover the whole thing. I don't know. Like maybe we should do that and try and press it in like this. But I don't think that'll press in a pattern because this isn't, like it doesn't have a pattern on it, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, yeah, that did nothing. So, all right, I'll give it a shot. I don't really use tinfoil for much, so try. Maybe I'll roll it up. Cozy Cauldrons is about being a coven of witches in a bustling rural town filled with a variety of villagers and fantasy folk. Craft spells, nurture bonds, gossip over tea, and run a little magic shop. Oh, wait, that's so cute, Bulbacus. I love that. Oh my gosh. It's like Harvest Moon, but you're witches. It's adorable. I have 2 people I feel are pretty much guaranteed to show up, but like 7 people in the Discord. Okay. It's the first online playtest. I've been doing it in person. Oh. Wait, how has it been going in person? What kind of feedback have you been getting? Like, what's the most surprising thing, like, response that you've got that you didn't think you'd get? I'm excited for your online ones. Hey, Alex, welcome back. Welcome back. We made our 1x1 inch grid here. Supposedly, we're supposed to, like, smash this thing with tinfoil, and it's supposed to give, like, a texture for the stone, but right now it's not really working, so we're just gonna fuck around with it and find out. I'm just gonna kind of, like, because I don't think this is doing anything. I think it's perhaps making it worse, but we'll try. We'll follow the tutorial. Like I said, maybe it works on the 1-inch foam and the 2-inch is just too thick because this is not doing jack shit to this. I don't know what people think they're doing. Yeah, what the? This is doing nothing, bro. What in the shit? I know this is the right phone. This is the pink XPS. I guess it's just maybe too thick. Maybe people don't usually work with the big old 2 inches. That's why I practiced on this stuff, because I kind of figured that might be the case. If they don't work with, they work with the skinny stuff. I wonder if they even work with 1/2 inch. Maybe 1/2 inch will be too thick too. Maybe we gotta do, or I wonder if they work with a 1/4 inch. I have a 1/4 inch. I'm hoping it's not like they work with 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch or something. And that the 1/2 inch one will be okay, but yeah, because I don't know how this is I mean, I get that it's adding texture. It does not feel like a stone to me. It just feels like I'm scratching it like a cat. Like, okay. I don't know how this is supposed to be a stone. But, alright, cool. Fuck it up, I guess. Huh. Weird. See, these are the moments when I need Dadley to hop into our stream and tell me I'm doing shit wrong. But I don't think even Dadley's made terrain before. I think they do strictly, like, cosplay stuff and resin stuff, so I don't know. We may have accidentally speed ran the session. Oh, I hope that didn't lessen, like, your enjoyment and your time. It's been going well. So far, oh, I'm putting it down on. Okay. So far, the biggest issue feedback-wise is the separation of the resource management dice rolls and the tea times, or the adventuring day sections. Nobody has given me specific feedback over that, but it's hard to notice the problem in 2 hours or less, which is how this usually goes. Oh, I see. I feel like that's the funny part about feedback and playtesting and stuff, is people will give you feedback, and a lot of it is like, okay, great, I can implement this here, I can work on that there, I can think about that there. But when you do it with like you know, different groups of people and stuff, I do think there is always some aspect that you're concerned about that you just don't get feedback on, or you get feedback on it that is not, like, you don't know what to do with. The type of feedback where it's like, well, this is how I feel, but I have no idea how you would change that. And so you're left sitting there like, huh, what do I do now? You know what I mean? So hopefully you can get some more feedback on that online, and you can figure that out. Oh no, it was very fun. It's just that the session only lasted like an hour and a half instead of the usual 3 hours. Oh, okay. Okay, Alex. Well, I'm glad it was still fun. What'd you do in it? What'd you do? I know that this is you said that this is the DM that is starting to run D&D ones and not just Candela. So how was this one different? What did you guys decide to do for this one? That's game design, baby. Yeah, Also, the playtest still is open to people if you want. Oh, cool. You're welcome to send me a link on Discord if you want to. I cannot promise I'll play it, just because I am so, like, scatterbrained that I'm one of those people who are like, yeah, totally cool. And then 10 years later, I'm like, literally, there's an audition that has been open for, like, 2 weeks and is due literally in, like, 3 days. And I have not touched it, and I knew that I wanted to do this audition, and I knew even if I wrote it down, I was not gonna do it. So I literally scheduled to do it with my coach. And we're only gonna get through a few, so I'm gonna have to do the rest of it without her. But like, I literally scheduled to do it with her because I knew I would forget to do it unless it was like doing it with somebody else type of energy, you know? Hey, Theta, welcome! Good to see you. This is probably obvious, but I believe the intent with the tin foil is to transfer the texture of the foil onto the foam, with the irregular ridges and creases mirroring stone. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, Theta. I just feel like, to me, the texture it's giving feels more like you see, like these ones down here that kind of look like lines and like circular lines. To me, that's just giving more like I scratched it with a pen. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't feel like a stone dent texture. I could see maybe up here, like this section kind of looks denty, but maybe it's just because like we haven't painted it, so maybe it'll look better when we paint it a little more. I don't know. Or maybe we need to go even harder on it. I really don't know. Again, this is the practice piece, so whatever we want to try, this is the piece. I have 8 pieces to practice with, so we could practice on all of them. But that does make sense, Theta. So technically, he has done D&D before, except this was a new wave. He got early access project Sigil keys for us to use. Then the fall of Sigil happened like 2 weeks before we started it. So we did the campaign, but with Tailspire instead. Okay, so as a non-D&D girly, you're gonna have to explain to me what Sigil key is, and Fall of Sigil, and what a Tailspire is, because I don't know what any of those are. I'm assuming they're like official D&D pre-written like modules or story modules. That's my guess. We're using 2nd, 3rd edition lore with 5.5e rules. Okay. I see. Yeah, so they're kind of like how Curse of Strahd is a story that gets told, and like they give you the enemies and they give you the plot energy. So that's what those are, I'm assuming. Okay, so we technically did the tinfoil part, although I feel like maybe we need to fuck it up a little bit more, but I don't know. We'll leave it be for now, I guess. Get it in there. Okay. So we did our lines, we did the tinfoil, and then they want you to do the base of like Mod Podge and black. Again, I'm not doing that because we're not airbrushing, so there's no like toxicity or acid that's gonna eat away at it. It's not like it's gonna, you know, light on fire or kill me, because we're not airbrushing. And I kind of want to see what happens when it does absorb a little bit of the paint, you know? I posted the Discord link in self-promo. Thank you, BobaKist. I appreciate that. That way anybody else who wants to try and play it too can play it. Raise his hand eagerly. Oh, Theta. Love it. Oh, don't tell me this is gonna be one of those where I can't get the plastic off. Oh god. So I got this for like $1.59. It is supposed to be, it might let you read it. We'll see if it wants to. Oh. Lightly textured acrylic paint, granite, fresh granite. So I tried to grab the one that was, from what I could tell, still full, because they were on sale. When paint goes on sale, unlike a lot of other stuff, when Artcraft stuff goes on sale, it's usually because it actually is bad. Like, other stuff goes on sale because they're like, oh, well, you know, we're getting in a new line of clothes, so we need to get rid of the old line of clothes, like fast fashion style. With craft stuff, usually it's broken or it's gone bad, and that's why it's on sale. So I tried to grab one that was full and not like, well, this is on sale because there's like no paint left in it. I'm not gonna get this plastic off, am I? Oh, what the fuck is this? Yo! Oh, I wasn't volunteering to playtest. I was though I'd be happy to. I was volunteering to explain what Sigil was. Oh, please, Theta. Please, 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 please. Please tell me what it is, because I have no idea what it is. Is this a square styrofoam cake? Yum. I know, right? Hi, Stuffies. Welcome. How are you, my friend? How did your weekend go? This is 2-inch XPS foam. Oh, okay. Alex is going to tell us what Sigil is. Amazing. This is 2-inch XPS foam that I cut, you can see so beautifully and perfectly, into 8x8. 8x8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8x8 inch square. 8x8 inch square. I have 8 of them. These are going to be our practice pieces, so we can see how to do things in order to start making our actual terrain. So this is our practice base piece. I made the grid, and then I put, like, tinfoil on it, which you're supposed to do to get a texture. And then I bought this, like, granite texture paint, which look how fucking cool that is. That looks like literal clay. I want to eat that. Look how thick that textured paint is. I want to lick that. I won't lick it, but I wanna. So, again, I do have a thing of Mod Podge, which you are supposed to mix with black and paint the piece with first, so that the foam doesn't, like, absorb the paint. But I want to see what happens when it does absorb the paint. So we're just gonna put it directly on and see what happens. Also, we're gonna have to use 2 different kinds, because the textured one might not be absorbed the same way as regular acrylic, so we'll see. Project Sigil is a VTT Forbidden Foods. Literally Forbidden Foods. Like, I wanna lick it. So Project Sigil, I'm like the, what is it? The Lords in Black. I'm like the Lords in Black from Star Kid. I wanna lick it. So Project Sigil is a VTT platform, virtual tabletop, that was a giant Wizards of the Coast blunder with $30 million down the drain because they got some bad reviews and an awful first reveal. I'll send an explanation to the Discord. Tailspire is an unofficial TTRPG VTT that's been around much longer and is much better. Oh. Am I alright to post that explanation in the Discord? Absolutely, Alex. Go right ahead. Discord is totally fine. That's crazy. Ooh. Wait a second. Is Sigil that really bad thing? Like, it looked really shitty that they were trying to promote by having the Baldur's Gate 3 voice actors, like, play a game that was DM'd by, like, Brennan or Abria? Is that what that program is? Because, oh my god! I didn't know it was a virtual tabletop. It's exactly that. I didn't know that's what that was. It was a virtual tabletop. I just know that they were trying to promote some sort of project and it was garbage. Like, they pulled it up on the screen for the convention and it looked ugly as shit. Wow, that's so funny. That's actually kind of hysterical, I gotta be honest. Okay, so we're just gonna throw a little paint in here and I want to see what it looks like. I'm actually gonna cover these first 2 just so we can get some of that tinfoil. Maybe I'll do the 4. Maybe we'll do 4 so we can see if that tinfoil texture comes through with the textured paint anyways. Let's see. Okay, I'm not having a problem painting it. Seems to be fine in that route. It's definitely thick. This is definitely like, we've got some money on us energy. It does kind of come off like clayish, which I love because I want to work with clay again. I love clay. Okay, we'll leave that like that. And I guess we let it dry and we'll see if it picks up any of that texture or if, because this is textured acrylic, maybe it won't work for this. Maybe we'll have to use a regular acrylic. So we'll put a regular acrylic. Oop! I'm out of my towels. We'll put regular acrylic in the squares next to it. Let's see. And I don't think I'm going to paint the sides or anything because the actual foam will be 1 inch and not 2 inches. So hopefully it won't be like this. So we'll close this up. And then let's just take, I don't have really a lot of gray. So let's just take a little regular acrylic gray and put it on the one next to it and see what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like. I've never been a crafter. I've never been a diorama kid or anything like that. So this kind of a project is way out of my wheelhouse, but I wanted to give it a shot. Oh, it's very different. Wow. You can see the way it goes on differently. This is paint. The other one was thick. Talk about textured. Holy shit. My God. It's also a very different color. But color, I'm not too concerned about, because color we can mess with. Okay. There's the acrylic paint square. So let's see if that picks up any of the texture when it's done. Right now, neither of them look like they're gonna pick up texture. Which is interesting. And this is not drying. I'll give you guys a close-up so you can see, but the textured paint is not drying like stone or granite, I don't think. I don't think it's drying like granite. I think it looks more like plaster. It's not fully dry yet, but let me show you. Let's see. So that's what it looks like at this moment. That's how it went on. The textured, you can definitely see the difference between the textured paint and the non-textured paint. But the textured one kind of looks like plaster. I don't even think that looks like granite. No, you know what it looks like? It looks like wet cement. Yeah, the textured one looks like wet cement. And obviously the non-textured one just looks like gray, I think. But we'll let them dry and see what they look like here. Interesting. I feel like that texture one's gonna dry fast too. I don't know. Alright. The second half was sigil. They should have practiced it and either used it in the whole thing after being much more coordinated with making it, or keeping it away from the campaign and just post a clip on social media asking for feedback, taking in the good feedback and slowly working on it until the public feels it's acceptable or good. Yeah, they definitely messed up by like premiering it with that campaign. Because I remember, like, watching that Baldur's Gate 3 one, and everybody, when the sigil thing came on, everybody was like, what is this shit? This is ugly and gross. Like, it was so unpolished. And, like, you are a $1 billion company. How can you ever present yourself that unpolished? Like, I like to think that one of my big things is I give people benefit of the doubt. I give people grace, right? We are people. We are not perfect. We never will be. But if you are a $1 billion company, you are not just one person. You are hundreds and thousands of people. Like, you should be able to present yourself better. Being crafty is a good thing. Stuffies, I know. And I wish I had that gene. I just don't have it in me. So hopefully we can still get this to work and look okay, even without having that gene in me. What I will say, as we let this sit, I don't think the texture is coming through even on the regular acrylic paint. I'm wondering if in order for texture to come through, like, we legitimately have to make some, like, fucking indents in here. Like, I'm thinking I can't even be this gentle. I'm wondering if I gotta really fuck it up. Maybe I do need to really fuck it up. The other option that was suggested was, like, not just tinfoil, but also you take, and I have one, an X-Acto knife, and you make little cracks by yourself. I want to try that on one of the squares, too, and see how that looks. That video is sent, by the way, for you to watch whenever. Thank you, Alex. And that's what we're gonna do the crack method on I think, these 4 squares next to the acrylic one. So let's add some cracks. Again, use safety when you use X-Acto knives and such. Thank you. So we're just gonna hand add some cracks here. Now these lines might feel too neat and polished and thus not work, but we'll find out very quickly, I think. If they look any better or if they also feel kind of ugly. Alright, put the cover back on. Oh god. It's a bad cover for somebody who, like, cannot see. There it goes. Alright. I actually won 2 art contests as a kid, and I have no idea how. Stuffies, I feel that energy. I was okay with, like, drawing and painting and stuff, but I have no clue on the actual crafting side. Not my jazz. By the way, they fired 90% of Sigil's workers mid-beta, and then shortly after shut it down because they noticed that Sigil wouldn't give money back instantly like a video game would. And yes, they were thinking it'd be as successful as a video game when VTT isn't one. They're very separate and different things. I mean, Wizards of the Coast has been bad for a long time, so I'm not surprised there's some big evil corporate entity that did all that shit. But that does suck for the people who were working on it. Oh, I think this is gonna be the way to go. I think we need to put a lot more pressure and indentation on these markings than I was doing. I don't think we did nearly enough. Because I think that looks a lot better already. Because it's got cracks in it. It looks more like stone than the other 2. I used to help install floor tiling that looks similar to that. Which one? This guy, or 1, 2, or 3? I'll put little numbers on them so we know what we're dealing with. Drink more love than I'll ever get. Let me number them here. 1. Nope, okay, we're not gonna be numbering with pen. Try Sharpie. Nope, doesn't like Skinny Sharpie either. Oh, Skinny Sharpie just might not be alive. Alright. We'll use our big boy. The 3rd one? Yeah, this guy, right? Okay, hold on. Let's see. I know it's wet, but it'll be fine. Okay. If we look at these 3 here. Yeah, to me, they don't look just textured squares. Yeah, they don't necessarily look like stone at all, but if I'm looking at this, and I'll turn the light out so it's a little easier to see. Hold on. More time than we'll ever get. Come here, Mr. Lightbulb. Alright. If I'm looking at those textures, like that, to me, the one that I think is gonna look the most like stone, while we are adding other, like, colors and stuff to it, is gonna be number 3. Because that's the one where the texture's coming through with, like, cracks and stuff, right? So, yeah, I feel like number 3 is gonna be the way to go here. I think the textured one looks too much like I think number 1 looks too much like plaster. And number 2, not much of it is coming out. I guess I didn't press hard enough. So I think we're really just gonna have to fuck shit up with 3. And it doesn't look too unrealistic. Okay, so that's not bad. Alright, we can do that. So the tinfoil didn't really do jack. Unless I'm gonna, like, hammer some shit in here. And even then, I don't think it's doing all that much. Like, really gotta... And then, see, if I'm doing that, then I'm poking, like, little holes and shit in it. I don't think I want to poke holes and shit in it. That doesn't feel like the right thing to do, you know what I mean? Okay, we've done some more. That's, like, pressing really hard in there, so we'll see if that works. And if not, I don't think we bother with tinfoil. But I do like the cracks that are happening. I think that's pretty good up there. Okay, so we're gonna go that energy. And that means we're gonna fuck around and cut it up a bit. Okay. So the question becomes, if we're practicing, should we do that for this entire front then? And then try different painting over top of it to get different colors? Because I think when I was looking at the tutorial, you were supposed to do like a wash of black and a wash of white. But I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's throw in some more X-Acto knife stuff to make the rest of it textured. Let's see. So those are X-Acto knife textured. You could try both methods on the same squares just for randomness. Oh, good idea. So we'll make this our X-Acto square cut one. I know one of the tutorials suggested doing that exact same thing, but with like a ballpoint pen. Because it's supposed to be like smoother, like you're drawing out cracks. Like, okay, well we want one there, and then kind of want it like that, and then like that. You're supposed to sort of do it like that. So we'll try a ballpoint pen one too. Just in case, like... that somehow, maybe it'll look better or something, I don't know. Okay. So we'll make a ballpoint pen one. Put the cover back on the knife. And I'm gonna do... oh, you know what? Let me do the ballpoint pen one in gray. And then what we'll do is we'll take this other carved up one with the X-Acto knife on the top, and we'll put black down first. And we'll see if there's a difference when we put like a black or a white or a gray down first. We can try that. This is the fun of practicing squares. Do 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 do. I mean, I guess in theory I could just be putting down too much paint, and maybe that's why it's not picking up any of the texture. Because I am pretty heavy-handed when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, could be why. Okay. Oh. Maybe the ballpoint pen is the way to go. That might look better than the X-Acto knife version. Huh. Let me see. Probably should wait for it to dry, I guess. Yeah, because it's... Okay, so it's definitely absorbing the regular acrylic paint. As it's drying... I don't know if you guys can see it. But, like, as it's drying up here, it's getting much and much, like, less solid dark gray. And more of a very thin, like, that number 3 is a very thin dark gray. And now it almost kind of looks like just cuts and stuff. So we'll have to see how the ballpoint pen one dries. I don't know which one of those looks better, so to speak. I think we'll have to wait to see if it dries. Okay. Well, let's do a different base color. Let's do like a black base up here on this one. I know I've got black. Brown. Other brown. Black. Do 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 do. Let me turn my music back on. I think you guys still... Oh, you guys don't have yours anymore? Oh. I thought I still had yours on. Did something fuck up with it? Oh, yeah. Whoops. Should have a repeat thing, so. There we go. Now y'all should be running again. Alright, cool. And then I'm gonna play mine. So let's try a black base. Beat me like a punching bag than you'll ever get. I'm already dead. Like a punching bag. Like a punching bag than I'll ever get. Think I'm already dead. Like a punching bag. Now, what I should be doing if I was smart is writing down which one of each of these tests were. It's not much help to number them if you don't write down which one was which. Maybe a moon landscape style texture. Ballpoint plus aluminum foil. Ooh! Yeah, let's try that for this square. Let's try that. I want to see it. Okay, let's see. So, we'll do ballpoint first, I think? No, we'll do X-Acto first. Oh. I just fully put my hand in the black. Oh well. Alright, so we got some X-Actos in there. Would your plastic heart break? Now let's try some ballpoints. Alright. Try a combo. Plastic heartbreak. That's brown. There it is. And if I just walked away, you would your plastic heartbreak. gray. Oh, it really does absorb the color. Interesting. Okay, give it a shot. Just walked away, were your plastic or grave. Okay, we'll see how that one looks. Actually, that one doesn't look too bad. Maybe a combo is the answer. Huh. Because that way it's like different sizes of marks, where some are like thick and rounded and some are really skinny and sharp. That might be the way to go. Alright, we'll have to see. So I did take a little bit of that black paint off the black squares. But that was gonna be a black base, and then I think we go right under it and we make a white base. So let's make a white base one right under it. Just gonna randomly throw a knife all up on it, which is a crazy strategy, by the way. Like, be careful with your knives. Try a white base there. Uh-oh. 'Cause you messed up back. Please don't forget. Gray in it. Oh well. Used to be your bitch. And I record on this. I wouldn't give a fuck if you dropped dead. Throw it on our bed. Into my head. Alright, so that one's a white base. So we'll see how that one looks. Bad. So, black base, white base, gray base, ballpoint, doubles. Okay. Don't give a fuck if you drop dead. See if it's dry enough for me to... Okay, a little better. Alright, so this gray is dry. So let's put another color. Let's put the black on top, maybe? Let's say. I feel like, yeah, maybe black on top. But like a wash of a black. So we're gonna need a little water. Oh, that might be the right way to do it. That doesn't look too bad. It's a little dark. Let's try... We're gonna try the gray ballpoint with the white. So we can see what that color looks like. We'll do another wash. I made it bubble. Okay, that doesn't look too bad either. Black one is mostly dry, so we could probably put a gray on top of that. See what that looks like. Ooh. Okay. That's created a lighter color than our black on top of gray, but still kind of dark. Feels like it's eaten a little bit of the texture, but that might just be because it's not dry. Let's see. If that absorbs in a bit, and this is why I didn't want to do a Mod Podge, because I kind of want it to be absorbed. If that absorbs in a little bit, then it might look okay. The white on the gray and the black on the gray aren't doing it for me at the moment, even though they're absorbing. It's not quite a color that I want. White on the gray looks better than the black on the gray. But, okay. White's not dry enough for me to put gray on there. Interesting. Let's try just solid gray and see what happens if we put like... I don't know if the other color you should mix in is brown or green. I feel like it should be brown. Actually, I kind of feel like it's both. Like into stone? Maybe it's a little bit of both? But maybe green should be one of those ones that gets like dried on, not mixed in, you know? I don't know. I know it's gray, white, and black for sure. Let's try the brown. Yeah, I definitely think I grab too much paint when I do this. Okay, so maybe that may be affecting the results a bit. That almost looks like sandstone. Adding the brown on top of it. Kind of looks a little sandstone-y. Okay. I know this one doesn't have the texture we want, but I'm wondering what happens when we put a little green on it. Definitely probably too bright. I think that's too bright of a green. Okay, so we'll put green back. White and then gray. That doesn't look too bad. Definitely not the black on top of the gray, because it just looks black. I don't mind the white on the gray. I think it's just the ballpoint pen that maybe doesn't look good. And I don't mind the gray on the black. I think I just used too much, maybe. Maybe the white's dry enough for me to try gray on that. Okay, we'll see how that one looks. Back, leader of the whole pack. Everywhere will break my throne. Doesn't look too bad. Might be crazy, but I'm wondering what's happening if we do brown first. Because the brown and gray doesn't look bad. I wonder if having gray on top of that. Let's try that. Try it. Unspoken, you've broken. Everyone will feel my throne. Way to the wolves. Leader of the whole pack. Every skull will break my throne. Okay, there's a brown base. I know you're not supposed to do a brown base, but I'm curious. See what it does. Yeah, okay, I definitely don't like black on top of the gray. It just doesn't look good at all. Yeah, not a fan of that. I don't mind the gray on top of the black or on top of the white. I think either of those bases I'd be down for. And I don't mind the white on top of the gray. Okay. On camera, they definitely look a little different than they do in person, that's for sure. Because, like, this one kind of looks the best on camera. Which I don't mind. Which is why I did the brown base, to see what it will look like with gray on it. Now that these are drying out, though, let's see what happens if I put a little white on top of the other ones. Because maybe it just needs multiple layers. Find out. And maybe I'm using too much paint. Also a possibility. Like maybe it needs to be a real wash, like this. That does make it look a little better. Still not convinced though, I still don't care for that version. Now this one was white on gray. So the white has really been absorbed in there. So that one would need black. So we'll try and use a teeny bit. Oh. Maybe that's the color combo. But I feel like we just went back to our regular gray color by doing that. The gray, white, black. So I don't know that that's helpful in the slightest. Why wouldn't we just put multiple grays down then? Paint this with a base of gray. Let's do some X-Acto hits. But let's see if it looks different when we're doing like a whole like board together instead of just the individual squares maybe? Maybe that'll be better. Or maybe we should keep it tiny. Magnolia Park? Yeah. What's the cost? We're on the wall. Alright, let's try that. Maybe it'll look different if we do a huge area with those cracks. violence, give me all. What's the cost? On the wall, show me violence, give it all. I am the animal. Let's see. Texture, texture, texture. I don't really put it down there. I'm really running out of gray. Okay, so now we're gonna play with this half. Yeah, honestly, okay. I do think I am already liking it better when the cracks are not in the tiny, like, according to each individual square. They are, like, all the way across. Because to me, that feels more like actual stone. Because we're not trying to keep the cracks within the little grid spaces. So, like, that registers more as stone right away than any of the others. This, though, that color and this color might be good for our wheat fields. So we'll have to keep that in mind. The rest, I just don't think are really anywhere near where we want them. So I like this chunk. That's pretty good. God is in disguise. I love crafting when the job is to, like, make your shit look ugly. Like, to fuck shit up. It's like you have to be so precise and perfect about how to make something look fucked up, but in the right way. That's so funny. Okay. Now, just to check that brown color, I will put the gray over it. Just to see what it changes. I'll do anything for you, my deity. A goddess in disguise. In your eyes. Right inside. If only you decide. Oh, that did nothing. Woo! That gray did nothing to that. Okay. That's probably the color we'll use for our wheat field, though. Wow, yeah, that gray did jack shit. Damn. Okay. Tell me you need me. Alright, I'm liking this. I'm liking this texture. We'll definitely have to do multiple layers, though. That's the only thing that worries me. Because you can still see the pink under it. But I guess we can always put in more cracks and stuff after it. Maybe we should have done a base layer without cracks at all. I didn't even think about that. I guess that would have been that layer, but that's okay. You're all I deserve. Goddess in disguise. In your eyes. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Because I feel like we put a little mini on it. Yeah, I think so. I do think this one back here would be good for like a dirt passageway. That's not a bad texture back there. Kind of like that coloring. But the rest, we're definitely going gray. And I didn't want to put anything on the gray. I think we're going to go 2 layers of gray. I think that's kind of the energy here. To get it a little more solid. That's what we'll do. It's 1, 1, 1 for the money. 2, yes, 2, cause 2 is for the show. 3, yeah, 3, 3 to get ready. Are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Let's go. 1 for the money. 2 is for the show. 3 to get ready. Are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go. Start a war, start a riot. What to do? Break me. I fucking had it. One for the money. 3 to be ready. Are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Let's go. For the money, yes, choose for the show. 3 to get ready. Are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Let's go. 1 for the money. Okay, that's 2 layers of gray. We'll see how we feel about that when it starts soaking in. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. We're not gonna use the brown on it, I don't think. Black and white is gonna be like very touchy. I have to let it dry a bit. I feel like because the white we want to go into the cracks a little, then we can be good. I suppose I could always look it up. Let's see. Terrain D&D tutorial. Do. See, but I don't want videos. I just want like a written step-by-step tutorial. Like, do we not do that anymore? Do we not just give, like, articles that show pictures and go, do this, then do this? No, we don't do that anymore. Okay, here's someone. Tinfoil, cool. Oh, I think they're using clay. What the? Oh, no, I'm not looking to sculpt, yo. Let's see. Let me just go to images, maybe. Boulder scatter terrain. Painting guide. Boy, so many people are like video people where they need to watch someone do stuff, which like more power to you. I'm glad you have that resource. But your girly is not that kind of a girly. That is not our energy. Huh. Maybe it's just gonna take a bunch of layers, I'm guessing. Which means that we probably have to wait for it to dry. It's gonna take a chunk of time, I assume. So I'll get another square. Alright, let me grab one. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to retuck my hair, aren't I? Okay, so we'll put this aside to let it dry then. Okay. And instead of paint, we can like cut this guy up and maybe try and make like a wall or something we could try. Let's see if we can get that to work. So my thought process would be if I'm gonna do that, that maybe, I know it's thick, so I understand cutting it in half, but at this moment in time, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that, so let's see. I'm thinking that maybe we just cut a straight line and pretend it's a wall for a second. Let's do that. So let's get our stuff out to do our straight line. This one's already got a cut in it, so let's do it this on this side, I think. Okay. That looks relatively straight. Again, I'm so bad at straight lines. This is gonna be awful, but we're gonna go for it. Okay. Now we can't cut to ourselves. So we're gonna do it this way. Nice. Take out some of these little pieces on the end here. Because, as I said, I broke it in half, so it's a little chunky. Alright, so that's a nice cut. Cool. We can do that on this side. It's not going to be all that accurate, but should be fine. About where this cut is. Try that. much control going that direction. It's technically the right way to go. Sad inside. It's up here, that's why, okay. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Oh, we're still a little stuck. I hate me too. It's a lot cleaner. It's not quite it though. Damn. Alright, might have to do a tiny chunk then. Yeah, 'cause I think it's too thick. Alright. It's originally why I had this kid, because he's longer. Let's try and get through it all. I prefer to go this way. Yep, this is the way I was gonna go. Except it does that, and I hate when they do that. See if that'll be enough. There it goes. Alright. These little dudes, I know they're safer. They drive me crazy. Because I don't like the fact that my hand can push the blade around while I'm cutting. I hate that. Alright. So, it's not pretty, but it is a piece that we can practice with, like, standing up, and what would that look like? So, if that is one of our walls, right? That is pretty tall for a 2-inch piece. So, a 1-inch would be... Yeah, a 1-inch tall foam piece would allow the mini to be taller than it. Which I think is what you want, usually, is for your mini to be taller than your walls and everything. Now, we had a thought process of, like, if we were gonna put stuff onto one of these. How are we looking? Somewhat dry. But the idea is, like, right? So you're supposed to put it on top, and then you have, like, a room. Which is cool. I can see that being our landscape. I think that's fire. Had a little bit of an idea if we wanted to do, like, multiple stories of, like, let's say we want extra pieces. Well, now it's gonna be hard to get stuff in here, right? So what if we had, like, walls and stuff that slotted in? So this is too thick, obviously, but you'd put a little groove in here to... I think most of the time when they do walls, they do them on the outside? So you get the full floor, but maybe they do them on top. I don't know. don't particularly mind it either way. And I feel like we could definitely build stuff here. Because let's play around. Let's let this one dry a little more. If I can get it to sit. Does not want to. Okay. Let's say this is our... Whoop!
Where did it go? Don't you love having a tiny baby space to work with?
Well, when we need our white, we'll have to go looking. So, if we say that this is our base piece, right? We got our minis. Let's grab them. Just gonna use the 4 that we painted. So, let's say we got some player minis, right? And this is our base piece. And it looks all cool and it's stone textured and shit. Then, they come in. Cool. Then we would want, like, you'd have walls on it, and we would probably get the pieces from the internet that are gonna be the little, like, throne room and stuff. I could see that, and then we just want to make sort of stone textured walls. That could work. And then if we want to do, like, well, because the one I was looking at a courtroom set for one of our, for famine. But I'm thinking we could build it. Might look kind of fire if we built it. If we did something like that, made our own pieces, or even if we do something like this. Catch me if you can. That could be cool. And then we would have him up here, so like, if this is our evil famine mini guy, he could be up like that. That could be kind of cool. So if we did something like that. Huh. And then we could put pieces here with like the scales and everything. Okay. And then the interesting one is going to be the hospital. Because the hospital, we want multiple walls that are like able to move and block spaces off. So it could be like that, and like, oh, he's hiding. They gotta walk through. Wall changes. Right now they gotta walk back. Wall changes. Now they walk around. That could be interesting too. Okay, I'm not opposed to this. I'm not opposed to this. This doesn't feel too bad. Doesn't feel too bad. Now, this is technically a glue. So Mod Podge is technically a glue. It's a water-based glue. I don't know that it will actually act like a glue with foam, though. Apply a moderate coat to surface and paper. Apply paper to surface. Glue to glue. Wet to wet. Smooth out all air bubbles and wrinkles. Dry 30 minutes between coats. To eliminate tackiness. Prepare clear acrylic receiver on Mod Podge. Cure time 4 weeks. Whew. So it is meant to be for paper. So it's gluing paper to paper. I want to try. It's going to be such a bad choice. You know what? Let me use my little one, not the new one I bought. Such a bad choice, but I don't even know if this one will work. I kind of want to try seeing if I can stick foam to foam with the Mod Podge. I doubt it, but we can try. Because you're supposed to mix this with black, and it'll be a sealer for your foam, right? So, let's see. But it technically is a glue. Smells awful, I can tell you that much. Actually, it's not the worst thing on the planet, if we're gonna be honest here. So I think I'm gonna put it down like that. And see if it works. 4 weeks cure time is crazy. So I guess if you're working with paper, it makes sense because paper is very, very fragile. Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna put it down right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Alright, let's see how that goes. I'm curious how that's gonna function versus what happens if I use like the toothpick method or something. Right? Like if we cut off a piece and then do it that way. I wonder if that would work. I don't know. We're technically, like they said, black is supposed to be a mix to prime it. So I wonder if we take a little black, see what the primer looks like. Which, I guess if you're mixing the Mod Podge and the blacks to make a prime, then maybe black is supposed to be your base coat, even if we don't care for it. And you just need a lot of base coats. Let's see. Find out, I guess. Apparently. Just like a flower, she'll fall to pieces if I go anywhere without her. Love when she says, what's wrong with right here on the counter? Funky little monkey, she's a twisted picture. Everybody wants to be the rooster, twister. All right. I'll do the back too. I'm a poster, love her even though I'm not the poster. She keeps me up all night, all night. Keeps me up. She keeps me up all night. All right. I don't think it will be thick enough to go through there, but we can try it. Trust my friends. Ooh! We're gonna need something to pound it down if we do that. Oh, no way. Did it poke a hole in the bottle? Do not underestimate toothpicks, ladies and gentlemen. Well, shit. Good thing this was the old bottle. Can it poke a hole in the... It can't poke a hole in the measuring tape, right? Oh, but it can lift it off the base. I don't know if that's down far enough or not. All night. All night. sticks are strong. What the fuck? That's gonna leak everywhere now, isn't it? Doesn't look like anything's coming out, so that's good. Alright. Guess that'll be our glue test. It's holding upside down at least. And it'll also be our Mod Podge and primer test too. Okay. Even though I'm not supposed to. Alright, we'll set this one aside. This is just put it right behind me. Whoop. Probably a mistake, but it is. Where it is. See how our old one is doing. Okay, that's definitely dry. Even with 2 layers, you can still see a lot of that pink. So maybe that's why I'm supposed to do that Mod Podge primer. But let's see. Maybe. What could we put on it? Maybe we do add a little bit of black and white, you know? That could be my only thought here. I do think we should wash it, though. Maybe I need a different paintbrush. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe I do need a different paintbrush. What do I use instead? Maybe I'll use one of the bigger ones? Oh, that definitely looks better than the black did on the gray above. You know what else I thought might be able to make this texture? A sponge. If we want a texture on top. I do have some extra sponges that we could try. I feel like a sponge could make a texture that we want. That doesn't look too bad. You know what? And it's not a normal sponge, it's a cooking sponge, so it might not do what we want. But let me try it. Let me go get it. Hold on. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I grabbed a kitchen sponge. We're gonna give this a try. I'm gonna get it wet. Maybe I won't even get it wet, but I think I should. I'm gonna get it a little wet. Let's see, I'm gonna have to put water on it because there's not enough water in here to dip it. Alright, now let's try this. Maybe we use white. Let's try white. Oh, the white that I got thrown somewhere. All the way over there. Okay, I'll use the big boy white. Might be way too much. Let's see. I don't think I can reach it in here. We're gonna try. I think I got it. I got it. It's all wet now. Get up in there. All wet. There's a big clump in it, that's why. Okay. I hate when that happens. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Make sure we get it extra wet. Okay. Give it a shot. Tell me I can change. Contemplating your own death. Okay. Forget the sun. Okay, it's soaking in. It's getting in there. I wonder if I do the other side, will it take some of it up? Okay, so there's definitely pink under, so maybe black is a good base, but that's not bad texture-wise. I actually don't mind that texture. Huh. Okay. So maybe a sponge is the way to go. We just do need to do the black underneath it first, so that we have a solid, like, base and we don't get the pink coming up. But I don't mind that. What's the other texture side look like? What happens if I do this side? Not really anything. Okay. Huh. Maybe a sponge is where it's at. Because I feel like the other ones feel very paintbrushy. But that feels a little bit more like stone-ish style color. And I can deal with that. Okay, that's not bad. I'm kind of down for this. You know what's going to be fun? Let's put gray on the rest of it. And see what it looks like with all these different squares. Kind of down for that. Okay, let's see. Squeeze it out. I don't have a lot of gray left. I have to get some more. little still... Looks like it's still fading through a bit. That's so interesting. Huh. I'm gonna try just putting the texture on this and not adding the white or anything. And I got the white on the corner, which is why it's showing up a little, but... Yeah, I kind of like that texture. It's like doing what I assumed the tinfoil was supposed to do. Kinda down for that. Okay, not bad. That's pretty cool. See if the other pieces dried at all. I don't know how long Mod Podge takes. I know the thing said cure for weeks, which is crazy. It's also for the glue aspect and for paper. So it's definitely not dry yet. Not on the paint side, at least. It hasn't really... It's glued it a little bit. I don't know if hot glue would do better or worse, but honestly, it's not that bad of gluing it together. And even that black, I feel like you would need another base color on top of that, because even that trying to dry is not very solid. Let's put another black on it. See what it does. Might not help too much since we're still sort of mixing with the Mod Podge a bit, but... This is an oldie. Haven't heard this one in a while. Here's to being human. There's beauty in the bleeding. Wish I knew what it was like. Here about here we are. I am a machine, I never sleep, I keep my eyes wide open. A part of me wishes I would just feel something until I fix what's broken. Let's put that black base coat on here. It's not gonna have the Mod Podge attached, but... Well, we know what it looks like without the Mod Podge, so maybe we should. To get in second chances. It's gonna be a little funny to just have glue the whole thing. Oh god, okay, hold on. Find a place where I belong. And I know there's probably like a technical ratio amount that you're supposed to be using for mixing the paint and the Mod Podge, but oh well. There's a reason I did not continue art college and went to acting college. Wishes I could just feel something. We were meant to feel the pain. See, oh, we can also experience what it's like to put paint on the sides here. Now, these aren't smooth sides that, in theory, we will have. But with my cutting skills, I doubt we're gonna have completely smooth sides anyways. Oh, no, 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 no. Bow, wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow. I am a machine, I never sleep. Eyes wide open. I part of me wishes I could just feel something. I never sleep until I fix what's broken. I am a machine, a part of me wishes I could just feel something. I know this chorus because this was one of my teenage emo songs. Obviously, I am still in my teenage emo because it's just no longer teenage. Because I will never leave the punk, I refuse. But that was one of my teenage ones. So many AMVs to that song. Come on, Mr. Glue. You can do it, Mr. Glue. There he is. Won't need more than that. Come on, Mr. Glue. I know you're old, but you can do it. Oh my gosh. He's not happy. There he goes. It's fun trying to paint the texture. And it's like, I know I'm gonna be dealing with this because there's no way in hell I will ever cut smooth enough to not have a textured wall. So I guess this is good practice, but boy oh boy. Just gonna have to hope nobody looks at the walls. I want to do, like, I'll probably do shots for the show where the plan is to, like, set them in front of, like, the red wall or the white wall. Just take a little video camera through them, like my phone. It's kind of the plan, and then we'll show those when they come out in the recording, rather than having you see the recording ones. Because there'd be no way to see those. Don't quite have that much money to be that fancy and technical. So, hopefully the close-ups will look okay. I think the players will like it, just having maps. I'm hoping. But, first try for everything, I suppose. I do see as it's starting to dry, it looks like Mod Podge and black might be the way to go. Because that's making it pretty solid. And then I think after we do that, then we can throw in texture. I assume that most things want you to put in that texture before you even do the Mod Podge and stuff, but I don't know, man. Because it might be too thick to cover it up, but I don't know. See if the other one is dried. Yeah, it's not dry yet, but I do like it. I think this side with the sponge, the white and black sponge, that actually looks kind of cool with like stone stuff. I'm kind of down for that. Yeah. I'd be down if that was sort of the thing. But you can still see the lines underneath it and the pink underneath it. So I do think we're going to have to do the black base and then put the sponge texture on it. So maybe we do want to do the cuts before we do Mod Podge and stuff. Might be the energy to go then. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess we'll leave these here to dry. I think that's going to be where we stop for the night because we got a good experimentation. So we know, and I'll write it down on our foam board so that we know. We want to do black and mod. Black and mod. We want to do the X-Acto cut scratches. So, X scratches. And then sponge black and white. Or maybe sponge gray and white, but sponge white. Maybe gray in the middle. That is probably what we want. So that's what we'll put it for. Alright, y'all. I think we're gonna be done for tonight. So, I am going to give us all a nice farewell. Thank you for joining me on this practicing journey. I think we're gonna be continuing this on Wednesday because we gotta get this done. You know, we are going to be out of March and into April very soon, and then I'm gone for a lot of May, which will be unfortunate because I won't see you guys. Sadness. But we're gonna be gone for a lot of May, and then we shoot our show. So I want to make sure we get a good chunk of this done. So we might be doing this on stream. I'll probably work on it off stream. We'll see how it goes. But that is that for now. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for being with me here today. Big thanks to Stuffies and Alex and Theta, all y'all for coming down and talking to me, and Bobakiss. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a good night if you're still lurking. And yeah, I think that's everything. All right, y'all. Good night and goodbye. Goodbye.